Welcome back. New at 5:30. 17 News is your local election headquarters, and questions tonight about residency requirements for one of the candidates running for 4th District Kern County Supervisor.
Those questions come from Delano City Councilman Joe Aguirre and are directed at Emilio Huerta and whether he lives where he says he lives based on papers he filed for candidacy. County Elections Code requires a candidate for supervisor to actually live in the district they would serve if elected.
Jose Gaspar with our sister station, Telemundo Via Central, is joining us now from our newsroom with more. Jose?
Jim, Emilio Huerta is making a bid to unseat incumbent 4th District Supervisor David Couch. According to the documents Huerta filed with county elections, he lives on Belmont Street in Delano, which is in the district. But whether he actually lives there is a matter in dispute in the eyes of Joe Aguirre. 6 days ago, Joe Aguirre filed this petition with the Superior Court to have Huerta's name taken off the ballot because Aguirre alleges Huerta does not live in the district.
So my whole intention was to bring light to the fact that we have a candidate that's running in the 4th District that lives in the 3rd District.
Emilio Huerta claims he lives at this house on the 900 block of Belmont Street in Delano and that he moved in here in August last year. He says he is a roommate of the owner, Ricardo Delgado.
Mr. Delgado was generous enough to open his home to me. I knew it was my impression that the home was empty, and so when I approached Mr. Delgado about renting his home, he said, "Come in, move in with me. I'm retired, and you're welcome to stay there and live there for as long as you like."
But the sworn affidavits from neighbors say the opposite. In fact, a signed declaration from Ricardo Delgado states, "During the last 2 years, I have not made any arrangements to allow another person to live in my house." And when I asked the neighbor if she knew who Emilio Huerta was or had seen someone else living at the house, she said no.
No lo reconoce, no sé quién es esa persona.
Emilio Huerta claims Ricardo Delgado told him that what he signed on the declaration and what he was told by the person who took down his statement are two completely different things. Huerta maintains he does have a separate residence on Oleander Street in Bakersfield, but his primary residence is in Delano. The judge who took the writ of mandate under consideration rejected it, saying he could not intervene this close to the primary election. So the bottom line in all this is that Emilio Huerta's name stays on the ballot. Should he win the election, then the challenge to his residency can still continue to be battled out in Superior Court. The election is on March 3rd. For 17 News, I'm Jose Gaspar.